going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I'm very glad that you guys decided to stop by and tune in today as we're going to be listening to this new track by, well, it's not necessarily so new anymore. I think it's about a week old at this point, but I'm very late to it. So it's by Dolla. It's featuring Kanye West, FKA Twigs, and Skrillex. It's called Ego Death. I think it dropped the day after Wash Us in the Blood dropped, and I was still kind of riding that high from Wash Us in the Blood. So, really there are no excuses for not listening to it immediately, but yeah, for some reason I just never got to it, but it's here and we're going to be listening to it today. I'm excited. We've got some new videos to make today. I think I'll be recording 2 or 3 videos. So yeah, it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a really cool day. It's going to be good vibes all around. And yeah, I'm just excited to be listening to music and doing what I like. So before we just jump right into it, I want to say if you want to support the channel on Patreon and by clicking the membership options down below and checking out the tiers, seeing if it's worth your while to support, I'd really appreciate that. As well as the subscriptions and liking the videos, sharing them, commenting, all of that, super greatly appreciated. Yeah, you guys are the best. And with those plugs out of the way, we're going to be jumping right into it. I'm not going to waste your time. This is Ego Death. And yeah, let's see what it sounds like. I can really see where the comparison to Fade by Kanye West really comes in here. I can see how that makes total sense. It's really driven by that bass line, very similar to Fade in that aspect. Yeah, that comparison makes total sense to me now. Sounds great though. I'm enjoying this. That's dope. I'm not mad at that.
Came to form a Super Bowl type, ain't nobody finna do shh, and everybody throwing dirt. All that talk won't work. Wait, it been bad. Showing up to the Grammys mad. Likes and false validations, leading to a plan B was they plan A to lower the count on our damn votes.
FKA Twigs sounds great. Yeah, that's a very interesting track. It's got a really cool, like, kind of club dance vibe to it. The production is very similar to Fade in that it's driven by that really dope bass line. Skrillex did a great job with the production on here, I think. It's very catchy. It's a rhythm that's going to get stuck in your head, and it's almost like hammering away at your head until it gets jammed in there and doesn't leave. So that's really cool. Dolla had over half this track to himself, and I think he did a really dope job as well. Dolla's vocal performance is something that I almost never have a problem with. I think that he's got a great voice and he knows how to use it really well. I like that he was talking about ego death and how that's how you find happiness and kind of letting go of your pride. An excess of pride is never a really good thing. So I like that about it. I'm not sure how I feel about Kanye saying that Plan B was who's there? The government. It was their Plan A to reduce the number of black voters, basically. I don't know much about that, so I really, I'm not really going to comment too much on there, but it is a really strange thing to be bringing up on a track that's supposed to be kind of like about dancing and played in a club or something like that. But still, it is a dope verse from Kanye. He's been kind of on this new wave of really commenting on everything that's been going on and being very thoughtful in his verses. I can appreciate that. One of the things that he mentioned was that there are so many thinkers out there and he's more of just a sayer. That's definitely true. He does at times, or very often, speak. It seems like he does so without too much forethought. He kind of just says what's on his mind without really thinking about it. But then he goes on to clarify that even just saying things is not really enough. You've got to be willing to do something, because at the moment we have a bunch of halfway movements that they really don't do anything. They're just very vocal. And there comes a time when action is necessary. I agree with that. I think that was pretty dope. FKA Twigs, I wish she had more on this track, to be honest. I wish she had a larger portion of the song. Really just because I think she sounded great, you know? I love the way that her voice sounded on this track. I think she really kind of would have fit very, very well if they had given her more time to flesh out, you know, a verse or something like that. But yeah, it's a dope track. It's not bad. It's not as good as Wash This in the Blood, I think. I know that people were really hyping up this track because of the fact that it has a Kanye feature and it dropped so recently after he dropped a great song, in my opinion. But I think that this is really nothing to go too crazy over. It's got a really cool vibe to it. You can bump it in your car and kind of jam to it. And it also has a little bit of a message that is worth listening to. So it's a dope track. I'm not mad at that. Those are my thoughts on this song. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to what I have to say and listening to the track with me. Like I said, if you feel like supporting the channel, any of those ways that I mentioned, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna go record some other videos. So I will be back real soon. Until then, stay safe, guys. Peace out.